motion to authorize the commencement of a lawsuit against Chandler Architectural Products and EFCO Corporation for the defective windows in the high school.
Second.
Motion made by Manny, seconded by Judy. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Brings us to item number 6. No, number 7. 7.1. Conversion of the facility to natural gas.
That's what I've done, asking the representatives of the gas company, the community, subcommittee of gas to update the presentation, then ask Mr. Cheney to talk about the next steps that town would be going forward. Gentlemen?
Good evening. My name is Terry Eller. I'm the Director of Commercial Sales for Avon Grid, our Connecticut Natural Gas, which would be the gas company that would bring you natural gas. We do have a very quick presentation that Tony Sherman, the project manager, will be giving to all of you. And in the interest of time, we are going to go very quickly through that presentation because some of the slides you've seen, and certainly we can make copies of that available to the board and anybody else, and excuse my back. But I would like to point out that since we did our last presentation, this will be our third time actually presenting to the Board of Education here at Rham. We are very excited to announce that we've actually had 2 other towns located around your area, Coventry and Bolton, that have both also had natural gas brought into their town. So that's very exciting news for us. And the schools in those locations will be converted to natural gas as well. So in the interest of time, I'd like to introduce Tony Sherman. He's the project manager. He would be the salesperson who would be involved with those businesses, and we would get you in touch with the residents along the route in the event that we do bring this natural gas to Hebron. I do want to mention Hebron does have natural gas currently. There are about 85 customers who currently have natural gas, and they are hooked into our gas mains.
Thank you, Terry. Good evening. Thank you for having us. As Terry mentioned, we've given this presentation a couple of times, very similar. I do believe you have a very, very similar version of this in your packet for the agenda. So I'll go through the slides. In the interest of time, as Terry mentioned, Connecticut Natural Gas Corporation is part of Avon Grid. It's a national company with lots of diverse businesses and renewables throughout the country. But we also are a very local company. Connecticut Natural Gas is headquartered in East Hartford. We've been doing business in the central Connecticut area for over 150 years. We have a presence in 23, soon to be 25 towns. We have over 165,000 customers. We do have customers in Hebron. The product that we deliver gives a good value and provides with a lot of diversity, a lot of different uses for the product. It's economic, it's sustainable, and it's reliable. No deliveries. Everything is piped directly to the buildings. You never have to call for deliveries again. Natural gas is America's fuel of choice. It's a very popular fuel throughout the country. You'll notice in the Northeast, it's one of the few areas in the country that uses fuel oil as a large component of their energy mix. In the rest of the country, fuel oil is not as prevalent. In the Northeast, natural gas is very prevalent, but fuel oil is right there. But we're making inroads to changing that. As far as safety is concerned, we have billions of customers and millions of customers in the United States. Natural gas is a safe product. Hospitals in our service territory, universities, are all on natural gas. At home, CNG, SEG, which is our sister company in Berkshire Gas in Massachusetts. We have an excellent safety record. We follow all the safety regulations. We inspect all of our mains in the system every year, and every 3 years we do a walking survey of all of our services in the territory to make sure there are no issues with safety. 10 reasons to heat with natural gas. See them all there. They're all true. One of the things that's nice is space saving. No need for fuel tanks. Buried tanks, I know, are always an issue. Very reliable. Pipe directly to the buildings. As far as schools go, we've had a number of schools to convert to natural gas in our service territory. A lot of these are hooked into large expansion projects, such as the one that we plan on doing, we'd like to do in Hebron. And since 2016, we've had 25 additional schools switch to natural gas this year in our service territory. Some testimonials for some projects that we did on top of the Bolton and Coventry projects that Terry mentioned. We've done some other franchise expansions. We did one in Essex, East Hampton, and Deep River, all with very, very good results. And the folks in those towns have been very happy with the work that we did as far as putting the mains and services in, and also with the service that we're providing to them. The project for Hebron, and I know we've gone over this in prior presentations, but we would pick the gas up on East Street at a gate station that we currently have. We run the gas into the center of town. We would serve, the plan is to serve Rham, the middle school and the high school. We'd run gas all the way down to Hebron Elementary. We'd go to the grocery store down 66, and we'd also have interest from the developer who's in the Hebron Village Green. He's building assisted living, thank you. And there's an interest from the developer. I've spoken to him of using natural gas in that facility.
Have you signed a contract with him yet?
He has not signed a contract because the project has not been approved in totality. When it is approved, we will sign a contract with him.
He's closed on the property and is moving forward with the building of this facility. So he's hoping that this passes.
He is very interested in using natural gas in the project. As far as the product, it would benefit Rham, lower operating costs, more efficient equipment. It's piped directly to the building, as I mentioned, no on-site storage. Based on the oil usage for the two schools and the price per gallon that you're paying for fuel oil, and the BTU equivalent in natural gas, the annual savings to Rham would be $100,000. $100,000 a year by just converting to natural gas in the building. Sustainable. If the building were to switch to natural gas, these are some numbers that are associated with some of the sustainability and the environmental impacts that the conversion have. In terms of the project summary for the entire project, the projected construction cost for the $6.5 million worth of main that we proposed is about $4.5 million. There's a shortfall based on our regulatory model. We're required to make a certain payback on any investment that we make. The shortfall is about $2.1 million. We would contribute, Connecticut Natural Gas would contribute almost $1.7 million to the project to help pay down some of that shortfall. 78% of the project costs that the gas company would apply towards the project. The town contribution would be $475,000, which is 22% of the shortfall. So the gas company would pay a very large percentage of that shortfall. In terms of the time frame, the goal here is to have the contracts executed by January 2017. We would do our engineering, we would do our permitting, we would do our construction during the spring into the summer months. And the goal is to have gas available by the summer of 2017. Again, there's some issues in terms of, it's based on when the contracts are signed, there's permitting and a lot of things, but this is our target goal in terms of making gas available to the schools. In terms of installation, we do all the engineering and the design. Our contractors do the excavating, they keep 24 inches wide. We temper it, we backfill, we install services to all the buildings. If you really want to see what the installation looks like, currently we ran gas from Daly Road down to 85 towards Bolton. If you want to take a ride there, you'll see the construction is very, very unintrusive. Everything is put back and level. And I think you'll see that it's not like doing a large sewer project. It's very sort of user-friendly in terms of putting the gas. In terms of the process, we would put the mains and services into the buildings. Then from the meter on, the customers are responsible to do the conversion of the equipment, including all the house piping. But we will take care of the gas from the street to the building, and we also take care of all the maintenance on the meter associated with that. We also pay property taxes on all main services and meters that we install. In terms for the project to commence, We're looking for a commitment from the town by January 31st of this year. Sign agreements from the Board of Ed to convert the schools no later than, by January of 2017 to do the conversions, no later than August of 2017. And I think that's coincides with when school goes last, so you probably want to get those conversions done when the gas is available to the high school and the middle school. In addition, the town of Hebron has committed to sign contracts with the elementary school, the town offices, the library, the fire station, and the senior center.
When is your commitment, if everything goes on that, when is your commitment to provide the actual product?
When the mains and services, when the mains and services,
When is that?
well, the goal is to have it in by August of 2017.
If we follow and we sign what you're asking us to sign,
Yeah.
and we follow all the dates, when will it be fully operational?
By August of 2017, you'd be able to hook into it, it'd be gassed in by then. We would work so that, understanding typically schools, we've done a lot of school conversions, as we showed you in the presentation. We understand that schools typically want to convert their equipment during the summer months when school is out, so we would work towards that. We did 5 miles in Essex, we put that in 60 days. So it's really contingent upon, I can't predict what kind of winter we're gonna have, but hopefully if we have a relatively mild winter and this project was approved, this would be a project that we would start right away in the spring and get it done as quickly as possible.
What I'd like to do at this point, if you don't mind, I'd like to have, Andy, if you don't mind, could you, kind of just as a quick segue,
Sure.
just explain the components of the installation costs and the discussions of where we are with the bonding for them.
Sure. Thank you for having us again. In a nutshell, what we're doing is proposing to run the gas from East Street down the center of town. If this were to get approved tonight, we would move forward, and hopefully you guys will send us to a district meeting. If that were to happen, I would ask the Board of Selectmen to schedule a town meeting, and we would go through the same process. Upon those approvals, hopefully by January, we would meet the deadline in the forecast that Tony has. They also have another forecast in that packet we just handed out. So, town approvals and contracts would be signed in January. Engineering and design would be done in February. Permitting through March, and then construction would be April through June, with hopefully a completion by early summer of 2017. Bob has secured conversion costs here, about $260,000 to convert the boilers in the kitchen. The town would be looking to finance that through our funding, and we would only be looking for the Region 8 board to reimburse us through your savings. At about $100,000 a year in savings, approximately 2.5 years.
We have a sheet on our expenses, the breakdown of our costs.
I don't have it with me. It entails, we're converting both kitchens to natural gas. We're converting the science labs to gas, so we'll have one convenience. We'll be converting hot water heaters in the middle school from propane to natural gas. We'll be converting the 2 hot water heaters at the high school to natural gas, and we'll have the furnace converted to natural gas.
And Bob, doesn't your price include the piping? All the piping?
It includes all the piping, obviously, in the building. And what we've done is we've worked with the gas company to add a second meter by the middle school, so that we wouldn't have to run piping from the high school boiler room to where the middle school hot water heater is. And the purpose of that being just to save costs in the piping. And it also includes the removal of the $20,000
How much for the
tank is about $35,000.
Those are only estimates, they have to go out to bid.
Those are estimates. I think that you need to remember that we're going to have to engineer drawings, we're going to have to go out to bid and some of the work.
264 sufficient?
I'm sorry?
260,000, is that sufficient?
264, we feel is a good number, it's the middle of the road, it's not the low
We're
one.
gonna have to redo it, it'll come back. and-
Well, as the gentleman stated, we definitely have to go out to bid for this, but we didn't take the low bid, we didn't take the high, we went in the middle.
Yep.
We feel with the information that was given to us on how they came up with their estimate, it should suffice. Same with all the buildings that we have to convert. With the town, there's some that are more expensive than others, and we're hoping some of the bids are higher, some of them are lower, but Bob did get some extra work done on the piping and running it to the kitchen, and that's where the other meter came in to make that a little bit easier.
And one of the good things too is we eliminate the oil tank, which will have to, which is approaching its 20-year lifespan, which will have to be replaced. We're also eliminating all propane tanks on campus, so that will provide, those will be able to replace, we're going to have some maintenance and potentially some replacement. So it's really removing some equipment in the building, providing portion capital improvements without adversely impacting the budget.
Do we have any costs associated with the propane? Do we have any contracts on the propane tanks that we have to get rid of?
It's an annual contract. It's an annual contract.
Is there a reason we're removing the tanks right now?
I think it would be part of the project if we
You
waited.
want them gone?
You'd have to pay for it later.
No, you want them gone. We
Right,
don't want 'em
no,
gone.
I said if you didn't do it now, you'd have to do it later.
Right, but we could budget it later, plus we have a problem where there may be oil in the tank.
Yeah, but if he was gonna finance it, we're paying for it all at once with a,
And see, don't forget, you're going to be filling up the parking lot with, our excavating, the parking lot, we're doing gas things in. So there's going to be some disruption of the parking lot behind the building. And the idea of the project is to have the gas come up the railroad, stop at the middle school, and then stop at the high school building, and that's what the 2 meters will do.
So the action by the board tonight is a resolution to actually, because of the arrangement that Eden's making available to the district for the financing of the 264 essentially, is that we need to send to district meeting or to do a bond. So when we finish this discussion and questions, I'll be asking the board to approve the resolutions on.
Thank you.
So we're doing bond two,
Yes, the financing is
And
going to
what
be
I've
done
done
on
is,
We agree with that, whatever your legal comes up with,
It's not going to be the 500-page document. But even we'll knock on the door and break our thumbs if we don't pay, right?
this is the document that was prepared by Ron Council.
Yeah.
right, there's two, yeah, you have it out.
And asked me if this was still current, he said it was. And if you go to the third page, he outlines the rationale in the letter. And then if you go to page 3, it's a resolution the board has to pass to call the district meeting, to announce this to the district meeting, the amount of money that's going to be borrowed. And call for the district meeting for approval of this approval by the persons qualified to vote in town meetings in the town, in the 3 towns. Then we have a notice attached to it, a special district meeting. We tried to cover the,
So, but the only change to this is the amount, right,
Yeah.
from 260 to 264 from the last
Yep.
draft. Okay. Is there any further questions?
So it's 264?
Yes, 264 is the updated amount. 260 was the last time.
Do we have to tell them when the district meeting is, or?
I think it has to be within a certain amount of time, right?
Right.
sorry.
The district meeting, when
Well, it's
as soon as we
time.
can have it.
You could call it at any time. I think it has to be within 2 weeks. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But you have to do that in this motion.
Bob, for purposes of this motion for the resolution, do we need to put the date of when we're going to district meeting?
Yes, you do, and I think that if we did, what would happen at the district meeting, at the December meeting?
At your next meeting,
Yes, that's it.
I think that would suffice, knowing Danny's demeanor, I figured that was gonna happen.
See, what we've done in the past is we've had district meetings at 6 o'clock and then regular board meetings at 6:30. And district meetings never lengthy, so that's what we'll say, right?
But December 19th is fine?
I assume Normally, when you set a district meeting, you normally set it at your next meeting, and with the holidays, it's kind of tough to.
Yep. So we add that to the resolution, we December 19th. Okay, and that will be in the notice. Okay.
Any further questions?
Okay. Thank you very much. Coming out of the presentation, I'm going to ask the board if they will allow me to bring item 10.6 to act on it now, since we have a number of people that are here on this item. Is there any objection to hearing item 10.6, to having a discussion right now? Okay, item 10.6 is discussion and possible action as a result of the natural gas presentation. I'm going to ask for a resolution, be it resolved that the attached resolution to appropriate $264,000 for the installation of natural gas lines and related equipment, and to authorize the issue of loans, bonds, notes, or other obligations in an amount not to exceed $264,000 to finance said appropriation, is hereby approved and shall be submitted to a special meeting for approval or disapproval by persons qualified to vote in town meetings in the towns of Hebron, Andover, and Marlborough, as provided in the attached notice of special district meeting, which will be held on December 19th, 2016,
At 6 p.m.
at 6 p.m., which is hereby approved. That's the resolution. Resolution made by Dave, second by Manny. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Resolution passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for attending.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need a couple of minutes for you guys to break down? Or?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Hey, you want to do the picture now, Scott?
Sure. Can you just verify that you have the vote? That was unanimous.
This is mine.
We gotta be done.
I think we decided in front of the trophy cases. Holly?